So today we'll be making kids glow soap, and the first ingredient I'll be using is black soap. Black soap, of course, you know what black soap is trending now in our time. African black soap. Before it used to be bigger than this, you know. Things are expensive now. Not just expensive, they reduce the sizes as well. So, so when it was much bigger than this, I used half, but now I have to use all because it's not that big. So I'll use all. At least this one will last for a month, or let's say 2 weeks, because I'll be dividing it for the ones in the boarding house, boarding school. So we're using all of this. African black soap exfoliates the skin, and it removes bacteria from the skin. You know, children play a lot, they touch a lot of things, and such things can be very harmful to the skin. So this black soap will help to exfoliate their skin cells gradually without harming their skin, and at the same time heal them from any bacteria. Of course, you know that bacteria do not see with the naked eye, with the help of microscope. So the black soap will help to remove any harmful bacteria on the skin. So this black soap is not that hard. You can actually use mortar if you want, pestle and mortar, pound it, or it's just a little batch I'm making now, so something that I can actually use my hands to mix, as you can see. So the next ingredient we have today is honey. Honey is a moisturizer. It makes the skin supple. I mean, it exfoliates the skin gradually, gently. It doesn't have any harmful effect on the skin. It exfoliates the skin gently. So we'll be using honey. I couldn't lay my hands on my measuring spoon, so let's go. We'll be using the cup to measure. Going by the batch we have here, I'll be using about 1 full cup. This should be about half tablespoon. So the next ingredient we'll be using is glycerin, vegetable glycerin. So I have to go for a regular tablespoon for this, but I will get the proper spoon. But with this, because I'm used to the measurements, I actually know what to do. We'll be using 1 tablespoon of vegetable glycerin. It shouldn't be too much, just a little of vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin softens the skin and moisturizes the skin. It helps the skin to maintain its elasticity, and it's really good for both kids and adults. Okay, vegetable glycerin. Next is rose water. Using rose water, got it there. Rose water also smoothens the skin, and it helps to cure skin irritation. It's very nice. Remember, all these things you're putting in little portion, because if you put so much, the soap will not foam. It will not really foam. So we are mindful of the measurements. It's very necessary you measure. You can pour if you are sure of your eyes. If your eyes can actually gauge what the size of your measurements are, you can actually do that. But I advise you measure either with measuring with scale or with measuring spoon. For rose water, it helps to heal scars. Rose water also hydrates the skin. It hydrates the skin. So the next on our list is turmeric. For that glow, you need turmeric. We need turmeric for that glow. Turmeric is so powerful because it has this healing property. It helps to heal the skin, removes rashes from the skin, and all these insect bites. It helps to glow, specifically to glow. That's the major ingredients we have on our list for skin glow, and it's natural, so you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be scared if it will actually harm your kids. No. Everything I'm using here is very soothing to the skin, actually to the kids. Okay, so the next we'll be using right now is sulfur powder. Actually, this is how they tied it for me when I went to buy. I bought just little portion. So for this sulfur, we're using little. Okay, I have to tear this. I left the name so that I can actually show you that is what I'm using. But once I see it in my shelf, I actually know what it is. So sulfur also heals the skin of rashes. Also heals the skin of rashes. Okay, insect bites, rashes from black spots from rashes like chicken pox, heat rashes. It helps. So we'll put in a little portion of that in our measurement. So the next on our list is coconut oil. Coconut oil reduces inflammation. It heals wounds if they have wounds on their skin. Of course, you know, children play a lot, so as they play, sometimes you see wounds on their body. So coconut oil will help to heal that. So I'll be adding 1 tablespoon. We are not using much oil, like I said earlier, to avoid this soap. Avoid it, stop it from foaming. Okay, coconut oil. Then there's another twist in this our soap, which is the major one. I wouldn't want to overemphasize on that anyways, but I decided to add this oil, Malaysia oil for that extra glow. Just a little quantity of Malaysia oil. Okay, just little quantity of Malaysia oil. I know that these oils will not use so much of it. Okay, Malaysia oil. Yes. And I'll mix all these ingredients together before we add the last 2 ingredients on our list. We have 2 more ingredients to add, so I have to mix. So we are done mixing because we still have 2 more ingredients to add. So I didn't really bother myself getting it thoroughly mixed. Okay, so I have to add the 2, and the very second to the last is fragrance. So I'll be using vanilla fragrance. For this. Just a little drop of vanilla to enhance the fragrance, okay, the scent of the soap. Then, because what I'm using here are not processed ingredients, I have to add preservative to help it last longer on the shelf. Just a little drop, because it's a little batch we are doing, just a little drop of preservative, okay, to help it not to develop mucus, and it will not have germs breathing on it while on the shelf. So I'll have to mix that up right now. Mix. So of course you should know that whatever you're using for your soap making has to be thoroughly washed. Even your hands, if you have gloves, go on and use your gloves, because I don't work effectively with gloves when I'm mixing this. Sometimes the gloves tear along the way, so I use my hands thoroughly washed, and afterwards I wash again. So this is a very good black soap I bought here. You see that the soap is still thick. Even after adding all that, still thick. Look at it. See, still thick. So when I'm done mixing right now, I will have to store it in a container. And be bringing out the soap in batches. I don't want to give them all the soap at once. Bring them in batches so that I can actually control the way they use it. These ingredients are not that cheap anymore, so it shouldn't be wasted. Okay, so that's all we have for now. If you have watched this video to this point, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, share, comment, and let me know your take, what your take is on this soap in the comment section. If you have any question to ask, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. buy. So this soap foams very well. I'll wet my hands, and then this is the one that I use in mixing the soup. Let's see how it goes. See, because we did not use so much oil, we were mindful of the oil. See, this one is very well, very nice, supple. Okay, very gently you rub and massage. When you use this soap on their skin, leave it for like 2-3 minutes before you wash off. Okay, like 2-3 minutes before you wash it off.